Hello there, my beautiful souls. My name is Hunter from Hunter's Healing Heart. I'm a health, wellness, and ascension coach, helping you rise towards your highest frequency, vibration, and truth. And today, guys, this video is going to be powerful and impactful. Powerful and impactful, and we're going to be talking about compassion and kindness is a massive gift towards society, towards yourself, and it's the only way you could truly heal and let go of anything that's not serving you. And you have to cultivate that from within, guys. And so to begin, this compassion and kindness is desperately needed in today's society, guys. We live in a very cruel and a very dark world, and a lot of wounded people who are closing their heart, people who are holding on to that pain, holding on to that suffering, and not embracing the fullness of love, not embracing the fullness of what they're trying to bring into their life because of that old pain. And instead of opening their hearts, they create walls and limitations, and they project that pain onto other people. And so it is your duty to hold space for other people, to lead with kindness, lead with compassion as that stuff comes up, guys, because it's going to come up. It already does, and it's how you embrace it that can make or break someone's experience, right? Because with trauma, with insecurities, with suffering, with pain, when it's coming out, that person just wants to be seen, wants to be heard, wants to be validated in that moment. And typically the behavior could be destructive, and it was like, can you just sit with them? Can you honor them and make them feel seen, make them feel heard, make them feel connected and loved? Because through that is how they begin to heal. That is how they become to integrate, and the behavior will start becoming a lot more acceptable. It'll be less pronounced. And that's what our society needs, guys. We need to be able to hold space for each other. We don't need to be perfect. We could just be our most authentic self. The good, the light, the radiance, the joy, but also we're human. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have days where we're depressed, days that we're off. And the reason why it's imperative to lead with this, guys, is you have no idea what people are going through. You have no idea what people are experiencing. And from my personal experience, I can't tell you how many times that my life was just so chaotic and brutal, and I didn't have a lot of support systems, where it made a massive difference when people would just acknowledge me. I was barely holding on. So your ability just to connect and be authentic and true could truly make a massive difference in someone's life, guys. Massive. So that is why it is imperative to lead with it, guys. Lead with it. Don't radiate your pain to other people. Don't radiate your suffering. That's not fair. They didn't cause it. Take ownership of your shit and start doing the work, right? And I want to talk to you about compassion and kindness. Depending on your own internal state, could either be a strength that is needed. But if you're not careful and you don't have ownership of where you're at, it can be a weakness, right? And so first we'll start with it being the strength, what we're looking for, right? So this compassion and kindness becomes a strength when it's embodied. It's who you are. It comes from a place of authenticity, and it's aligned with, one, God, two, yourself, guys. Those two have to come first. The love of yourself, the respect of yourself. Because if you put other people above yourself, what's going to happen is it's going to create turmoil. It's going to create resentment. It's going to create codependency, and it's going to open the door to abusive situations, which is not fair to anyone involved. Never give someone that power away, guys. Never, ever, 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 right? So yourself and God have to come first. And it takes a while to discover those, guys. It takes a while to build those. And so just honor the process of where you're at. Be gentle, be patient, and build those to the highest integrity that you can, right? And so we've talked about those, but now values, guys. How do you want to show up in terms of your life, in terms of your relationships? Because those are going to be the guidelines that you are embodying, that you're leading with, but also that'll lead to this next part, guys, is boundaries. You could still show compassion. You could still show kindness with boundaries, guys, and it's paramount because other people don't necessarily know, and we're not taught how to treat each other. We're not taught to be in integrity. We're not taught to lead with love. And this shows people where your limits are, where your limitations are. And If you don't do this, guys, it will be the end of you. The end of you. You have to have those boundaries. And with this, guys, this is tough love. This is what people need to grow. This is what people need to be seen, all aspects of themselves. And as you start beginning the journey, you'll really value the people who give you tough love, because it allows you to be seen. It allows you to see where your disempowerments are if you have the courage to witness them, and that will help you grow, help you evolve. Honor the people who give you tough love within your life, because it creates conflict. Most people are scared of doing that, and not everyone is going to say what needs to be said towards your face. It's easier to not say it. So truly honor the people who do it. That doesn't give you permission to be an asshole. That doesn't give you permission to think you're better than other people. Is coming from a place of love, with respect and integrity, with the tough love. And this next part, guys, is crucial. The rule of three chances, right? Because if you don't, there are people, especially with your love, your light, your radiance, it's rare to find people who genuinely fucking care about you. And I mean truly care about you. It's rare. It's so rare. And that energy can be very intoxicating for a lot of people. And so you are going to attract a whole spectrum of people who genuinely want to see you shine. And then there's going to be people who see that and want it, and they want to take from it. And so this is where the rule of three comes in, guys, is giving people opportunities to change, chances. But there comes a point where the behavior isn't changing, and they don't have that motivation and drive, and the best thing you have to do is walk away. And that's hard, guys. That's so hard, especially if your heart's involved, especially if you saw something in this person. And so this goes to the healing journey, guys. And when I say this, I didn't learn this stuff through automatically becoming it. I've learned through the opposite, guys. I learned through the opposite. And to give you an example, I used to never speak my truth, ever, and resentment would build up. I would give people so much care, and it would create this expectation, and then when it wasn't returned to me, I'd be upset, I'd be frustrated, and then I'd pull back my energy, which isn't fair. I didn't allow people to show up as they are. It created a lot of false expectations, and I was naive, guys, naive. And for the young people out there, you're just going to learn not everyone views the world the same, and there will be people that take advantage of it. So through knowledge, wisdom, and experience, you start to learn more of the reality of the world. But don't allow that to change your heart and your radiance. And in relationships, guys, anxious attached, I've had codependency. I would sacrifice my boundaries and values. And to give you an example, a recent relationship that I had, and oh man, I truly love this gal. Like, on a soul level, I would give my life for this woman. And she caught me at a time when I was really starting to unwind a lot of my wounding, and I still am. It's a journey. And yeah, what ended up happening is we would start to clash, and I would sacrifice my values to keep the peace. And then what ended up happening is I gave my power away. I gave my truth away to it, and I couldn't lead in a place of integrity, and kept giving opportunities after opportunities, and ultimately the respect is gone. My word means nothing in that relationship. And I thought I was doing it for love, but I was doing it for fear. And that brought up all my patterns growing up. And so I'm still learning this stuff, guys, and it's a journey, and relationships are the ultimate reflector. And so you're going to learn where you're at in this journey, and it's going to give you so much truth, so much empowerment. And the key with healing this stuff, guys, so you have the strengths, right? And more so the weaknesses, like, oh, I'm codependent, I put other people above myself. You give chances after chances. That is a weakness on your part, and people will take advantage of it. So it's ultimately honoring yourself and doing the healing work, guys, because as you become more healed, as you let go of various attachment issues, you start eradicating your insecurities, you ingrain your values, you know who you are, you're building your relationship with God, all these aspects will start to disappear, and your need for validation outside yourself. That's a big part, guys, because if you seek that, you're going to tolerate a lot of behavior that you shouldn't, that you should call out immediately for your own peace of mind and all the work that you've done. to make your space sacred. So do the work, guys. Always do the work, and all this stuff will start coming naturally. And just lead with kindness and compassion. We need it more than ever. I do offer one-on-one coaching for you guys to really start ingraining some of this compassion, this kindness. We'll work on your disempowerment. Insecurities will slowly allow them to wither away, and I'll hold you accountable for what you're here to do, for your gifts, for your radiance, for your light. And I do have a weekly container where we go over some of the topics that we're covering. I'd love for you to join, and I also will include a free product for you guys once you sign up for an email letter. I'll put it down below, but this is how you start ingraining your values. It is the foundation protocol that encompasses your values, your relationship values, your legacy, and your manifesto of who you're going to be becoming. And by honoring this component and the ritual behind it, guys, you're going to know who you are, and it's going to give you something to step into. And I'm rooting you guys every step of the way, because we need healed people. We need people who are authentic, true, into themselves, because that's how we grow, that's how we evolve, and that's how we start healing collectively. Always choose your light and empowerment. Blessings and much love.